Welcome to the Mindset Experiment, where we don't just talk about growth, we test it in real life. I'm Victoria.
And I'm Jacob. Every week, we're challenging our habits, our thinking, and the stories we've been telling ourselves, and documenting what actually changes.
This isn't about being perfect, it's about being honest.
Let's get into this week's experiment.
All right. Welcome back to our book club.
Our book club, yeah.
This week on the Mindset Experiment, we are reviewing the book, the most recent book that we have both completed. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck
By Mark Manson.
by Mark Manson. I like that it's orange. It's nice and bright. Actually, though, when I read it, I took the cover off, so it was actually black underneath. But anyway.
When you read, you take the covers off?
Yeah.
I wasn't reading that book.
The other one?
The other one in that cover keeps on messing with me.
Yeah, I take it off because it's annoying.
Way too big.
Yeah.
This one didn't bother me as much.
So while I read it, yeah, I take the cover off. I save the cover so I can put the cover back on when I'm done reading it, so that when it sits on the shelf. But yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. So it was a pretty quick read. Quick read. It was a quick read.
Quick, yeah. If you wanted to, you could knock it out in a day or two. Like if you had the time.
Quick read for sure, yeah. 10 chapters, but it was like nicely written. I feel like it was definitely kind of like, obviously it's a little bit in your face given the title, but you know, I don't mind that.
Easy read for sure, not very
easy read, straight to the point. So
easy to follow along, easy concepts.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely made sense to like I mean, with the 10 chapters, I wrote notes on like each chapter. I don't know how you wrote notes.
Throughout the book, I really didn't write notes. I kept it in my head.
Like summarizing it afterwards.
The way I summarized it was 3 main concepts that I took away the most.
Nice.
Overall, the overallness of it was everything sucks. You just got to find what you want to do to suck more. Like
it'll suck less for you. Yeah.
Yeah, like where is it? For example, the quote of the book would be, "Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for." So just got to find what you like that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's definitely like a couple of chapters that are like, oh, well, alrighty then. Like, it definitely starts off with like choosing like your problems. You get to decide what problem you like most or what problem is going to be worth it.
Spending your time and attention on what problems, matter most to you, and the ones that you shouldn't matter to you.
Right, because a lot of people say like, oh, well, if I had, X, Y, and Z, then it would fix this problem or that problem. Or if I had more money, it would fix my money problems, obviously. You know what I mean?
If you're someone that constantly worrying about what other people think, you're spending your time worrying about that rather than worrying about, oh, what am I going to make for dinner?
Right, yeah.
Problems that matter.
Yeah, it's taking up space in your mind that there's no reason to stress about those things.
And pretty much, you only have so many fucks to give. Your attention, right? Time and emotions are limited. So ask yourself, does this actually matter? Will this matter in 5 years? And is this helping me become the person I want to be? And if the answer is no to all of those, well, then don't do it. Let it go.
Let it go.
So that was the main takeaway, right? For me, you only have so many fucks to give. Well, choose them wisely.
Yeah.
The second one was taking responsibility.
Yeah, which we've talked about in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, oh, wow, hey, look at that.
You aren't responsible for everything that happens to you, but you are responsible how you respond. You get punched in the face and knocked down, you get up and you dust yourself off and you keep going.
Ultimately, I feel like that gives you power too. Like power over, if you can have control and power and like responsibility over yourself and like your emotion or how you react to things or different things like that, then you have power over the situation. You have power over yourself. You have, you know what I mean? You know,
Yes.
some people like they'll rage bait you or
Yes.
try to make you upset and like they're doing it on purpose. Well, it's like you literally have no power if I don't let that consume me or if I
If
don't
I
let
give you the
that
power,
right without giving you the power.
because you
Hmm.
can't, you can't control other people, can't control the economy, you can't control bad luck, and you can't control making a mistake. But what you can control is your attitude, your choices, your habits, and how you respond to everything.
Yep, how you move forward for sure. It also talked about I thought like this doesn't get a lot of attention oftentimes, but like pain is growth. So being uncomfortable
Mm,
and doing the uncomfortable thing is going to propel you forward. Because if you're not doing anything and it's not, it's, oh, I'm just comfortable, I'm just lukewarm, then you're just going to be here and stagnant, essentially.
growth comes from being uncomfortable.
Yeah, the growth comes from being uncomfortable. So, like, I wrote down, like, oh, well, kids, their shins and their legs hurt. You know what I mean? When they grow, well, it's because they're growing and they're getting older and their body is maturing. Or like another way that it could hurt is like, oh, well, saving money could hurt because you have to sacrifice a decision. Like, you know, oh, I may have to be sad because I can't go out to eat, or you know what I mean. I'm choosing to spend my money over here. Well, that's going to grow my bank account. You know what I mean? So like, pain comes when there's growth, which I feel like not a lot of like people really don't like to hear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Kind of,
so like you have to say like
but a
I
lot
don't
of
give a
people,
fuck
yeah.
and do it anyway. Like, you know,
And then for me, the third main concept that kind of leads into you got to accept that you're not special. You don't have to, and that's fine. But you don't have to be special to be the smartest or the richest or the most talented person. You just need to become a little bit better every day. A little bit better every day, every day, every day you get better. You will eventually get to the point in your life that you think you want to be at or that you're striving to be at. You don't get out of your comfort zone and be uncomfortable to do those growth processes, then you won't be anything than you currently are. And then that's okay if you're happy with that or don't want to be better. But if you do want to be better, that's how you would achieve that.
yeah,
The small
everybody's
steps.
yeah, because everybody's got their own issues. You know what I mean? Everybody struggles with something, so you're not special. You got to get out there and do it anyway.
Gotta go out and do it anyway.
I feel like that also like you aren't special. Like people fail too, so
Yeah, and
you need to
failures,
not care about failing and take it as how am I going to make it better,
part of the process is to fail.
right?
Even in success, you have to know your boundaries, and you don't know your boundaries if you don't fail.
Right, and then learn from it and correct it. Overall, the the book made me think differently about a lot of different things. You know, like that you aren't being special, like or you're not a special type of person. Like oh, like yeah, I'm really not. Like who's to say that I'm special? You know what I mean? And that's okay. Like I don't need to be special. I can use that as motivation to propel me forward and think about things differently. And you know what I mean? One thing
But
that
at the end of the day, who's special, right? How are you special over me? You were either
who's to say
born,
what is special,
yeah, just because you were born in a circumstance that you may have money, or you've practiced your craft and you can sing, or you can just naturally sing. Doesn't necessarily make you special. It just makes you a human being that you have a talent that you were given. But at the end of the day, if I wanted to sing, if that was my passion, I could hire a singing coach and I could find where my voice lies into what music, and I could become a great singer in that sense. So
right?
who's to say you're not special, but at the end of the day, you're no different than nobody. What makes people different is the fact that they go out there and bust their ass and get to where they want to be. And if they want something, then they do these things that we've been talking about, that we're learning ourselves to be better people. You got to go and do those things.
One thing that I thought, like a quote that was like I had to really like think about was the desire for more positive experiences is itself a negative experience. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that
So
makes
because it
sense.
puts
You
you
got to
in
enjoy your moments and the positive. experiences that you're already having.
Right. But also, like, the positive experience that you're seeking, you're going to have to go through a negative experience in order to get there, right?
Well,
Like,
a certain sort of
right.
discomfort. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
discomfort. So that's how I took it, at least. Or like, it also, like, it will slightly put you in a state of lack, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So like, if you're comparing yourself to other people all the time, like, that's putting you in a state of lack, and so like, that's negative. You know what I mean? So you wanting something or you lusting after something, like, you just really have to be careful in where you put where you give your fucks.
Where you put your fucks,
Yeah.
your sacred
And where
ones.
you, yeah, where you waste your energy, or not waste, where you use your energy.
Where you use, yeah. So use your energy wisely.
Yep. There's a lot more. There was a lot more concepts throughout the book, but those are main takeaways. I definitely would suggest.
It's a good read. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Every book we've read thus far has been fun and
Different.
yeah, different. Something I normally never used to do. I used to pick up a book and read. It's crazy. Um, but I want to be smarter and I want to be better and I want to teach my kid. And this is the things that we got to do in order to achieve that. So thank you all for coming along for the ride.
Definitely.
Things
But I
that
feel
we're doing
like,
from the book.
yeah. But I feel like
I think we do everything so far for the most part, right? Like I'm not saying I still care. I still care about the things that I can't control, right? Like other people and the economy and bad luck and mistakes. But I am working on my attitude and how I respond to those things. And my habits nowadays are a little different than they used to be maybe this time last year. I mean, even this short, what we've been doing this for almost 2 months, 3 months now.
this is week 13.
So yeah, going on 2 months. I mean, sorry, 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the growth in our mindset for sure.
Yeah. I feel like it's
Um,
all really like tying together too. Like,
yeah,
oh, this plays off of this, because like a lot of things, like a lot of concepts from this book, like in between the time that I read it, in between the time that you read it, I was like, oh, like when I read it in the beginning, we weren't necessarily implementing all of these things, and it was like a fresher concept, right? But like now that like you finished it and we're sitting down talking about it, I was like, oh wow, like those are things that we've kind of already covered, like in other podcasts or in other YouTube channels that like we're working towards, or different things that we're doing, like failing and it being okay to fail, or um, uh, sorry, I had other ones, like your responsibility. So like taking responsibility of your own actions. And then I guess those are the two main ones that we've already talked about. But I feel like it just really like ties together with like everything that we're doing.
no, yeah, in some capacity, yes, absolutely. Delayed gratification, all that stuff, discipline, consistency. I think everything we're finding in this experiment is leading to the same things. Um, because while the concept yet may sound so simple, a lot of us, and right, we're prime examples. That's why we're doing this. Not necessarily we're, I don't know if I'd say not taught these things at an early age, or just maybe not shown exactly how to implement them, or maybe the why to do these things weren't very clear to us, or maybe I'm just speaking for myself. But now that we're like researching them more and like writing the notes and reading the books and stuff, it's it's all the same. Everybody talks about the same things, and in some capacity,
Hmm.
it's up to you to implement those things.
And like tweak it for what works for you.
And then yeah, not only tweak it and works for you is like to want to know more, right? Like learning or watching several other podcasts or reading other books about like the same theme, um, in order to improve yourself, but also like what you say. I'm like who are like our listeners, whoever listens, um, they're gonna take something different away from what you say, and we're talking about the same thing, but they're gonna take something different away from what I say. Kind of like when we go to church, right? Like each
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the Bible's only so long, and you can only teach that concept of the Bible so much. throughout the year and throughout so many times that like a season that we go to, been around for 20 plus years, well, eventually the people are going to have heard that story or heard that message, but I'm going to hear it differently because the lady pastor spoke today as opposed to the son pastor, or the dad spoke today. So like, you know what I mean? Like
Or just hit different on
it,
that different experience because you've experienced X, Y, and Z since the last time that you heard that message.
yeah. So it all ties together. It's
That's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
just trying to implement it to everybody to teach everybody is the hard part. Like eventually we'll find our following of people that like listening to us talk about it and learn from us, and that's pretty kind of exciting to think about. But at the end of the day, you know, it's no different concept than what the lady we watch or the other lady we watch or the dude we watch that they talk about, right? It's just how you are listening to them and what you get from them.
Yeah,
It's all
interpret it
gonna
and
like
spit it back out.
granted, some of these people are doctors and have been doing it for 20 plus years, so their stuff's fiery, right? Like they talk and it's easier to watch and stuff. So I don't know. What I'm getting at is just it's all the same information. It's just how you learn it and everybody gets it.
Yeah.
And well, thank you for watching because that's
Yeah, I was
cool.
gonna say, yeah. After that, yeah, definitely. So anyway, that's our
Read the
book
book.
review. Thanks for coming to our book club. Have a great day.
Thank you.